Am I the asshole for speaking up about what I saw my brother doing with his girlfriend? I, 19 female, live with my parents. My brother, 32 male, and his girlfriend, either 21 or 22, live in a town about 15 minutes away. They stayed with us this weekend for my dad's birthday. My brother and I aren't that close, and I haven't talked much to his girlfriend, but she seems really nice. She's close to my age, and she goes to the same college as me. I could actually see us being friends. Yeah, the age gap between her and my brother is a little weird, especially when she's almost the same age as me, but he's my brother, so if he's happy. Last night, my brother decided they were going to go out for drinks. My parents were already asleep, and his girlfriend didn't seem super thrilled about it since it was already about 10 or 11 at night, but it wasn't my business, so I didn't say anything. I had stayed up during schoolwork in the kitchen. I heard them come home around 1:30 or 2 in the morning. When they came through the kitchen to set their stuff down, his girlfriend was absolutely hammered. Like, she could barely walk straight, slurring the whole thing. I asked if she was okay, and my brother said she was fine, and that they only had a couple of drinks. He seemed like he was trying to rush her downstairs to the basement. That's the room they were staying in. I felt uneasy because she seemed way more intoxicated than he was letting on, but I brushed it off. About 10 minutes later, I heard a phone ringing on the counter. I didn't pay any mind to it until it kept ringing. I got a weird feeling and I went to check it. It was her phone, and there were 3 missed calls from Mommy. I thought it was weird because I knew my mom would never call me 3 times at 2 a.m. unless it was serious. I debated leaving it, but when it started to ring again, I decided to just take it down to her. Because I think I know where this is going and it's pissing me off, I have to give you guys a trigger warning right now. I have not read this story before, but based on what we've got here so far, I have to give you a trigger warning for essay. It is a possibility that that is what's going to be mentioned here, and I don't want you guys to blindly walk into this, so we're going to take a guess. Now, if you decide to go on with the story, that's on you, but there's your trigger warning. Not before going down, but since the phone was ringing and I didn't assume there was reason for concern, I didn't wait long. As I started walking down, I heard grunting noises. Then it suddenly stopped, then some rustling. That's when it clicked what was happening. I immediately stopped and apologized and said out loud that I was bringing her phone because someone had called it a bunch of times. My brother said it was fine and to come down. When I got to the bottom, he was standing there in a towel and looked nervous. His girlfriend was under the blankets on the bed, and from what I could see around her shoulders, she looked nude. She was also 100% asleep or passed out. Your brother's a fucking monster. You're absolutely not the asshole, baby, because you knew what you seen. You know exactly what you walked in on, and you're not wrong for saying something to someone. I doubted what I was thinking for a second, but the smell in the room made it pretty clear what had been going on. I gave him the phone and went right back upstairs. I couldn't stop thinking about it, though. She had been so intoxicated she could barely stand, while he seemed totally fine. It made me feel really uncomfortable, especially with her being a girl that's basically my age. I didn't know exactly what to do. I didn't exactly see anything happen, but my gut was screaming that something was off. My mind kept going to the worst. I ended up telling my mom, and I asked her for advice about what I saw in the morning because I just couldn't shake it. Later, my brother came upstairs alone. I said hi, but went straight to my room. I could hear my mom quietly talking to him, and then a few minutes later, he came into my room looking mad. He told me I was making serious stuff up that I didn't understand, and I needed to stay out of his business. I know what the fuck I seen. I feel like if it was something that was just being made up, a simple explanation could fix all of this, but there's literally no way for you to talk yourself out of this, bro. It looks bad. It looks bad. I'm all in your business now. I told him I wasn't accusing him of anything, but that I felt uneasy about what I saw, especially because his girlfriend was super intoxicated, and that he has no reason to be mad if that's not the case. No, for real. Because if this is something that y'all got going on, because couples is freaks nowadays, so if this is something that you guys have planned, just say that. There's no reason for you to be so angry at me. I felt uneasy about it, so I said something. If that's not the case, calm down, killer, calm down. I said that if I were in her position, I would want someone to say something, and he would too. That made him even angrier. He told me I didn't know what the hell I was saying, and then he went back downstairs. Your brother is a predator. He is. Your brother's a predator. When they both did come up, my brother basically refused to let me talk to her at all. Her eyes were very bloodshot, possibly from crying, but I didn't see very well. It could have possibly been from hardly being awake. He then rushed them both out and said they were going to eat. My mom later thanked me for saying something, but my dad told me that I might have overstepped since I don't know the full story and don't want to get him in trouble and would feel bad if I did get him into trouble. No, when 2 and 2 is not fucking making 4, you don't wait. You say something. Your dad's fucking weird. Now I just feel weird and kind of guilty. I don't know if I did the right thing or if I just made everything worse. Am I the asshole for telling my mom what I saw or for being uncomfortable about it? No, baby, you did exactly what you were supposed to do. You peeped some shit that was off. Something about the situation made you uncomfortable, so you said something. That's exactly what you're supposed to do in this situation. If this was a case of something they had planned, all your brother had to do was allow you guys to talk to her. Let her tell you guys that I'm okay, everything was good, nothing that happened last night wasn't against my will, and everybody could have sailed off into the fucking sunset. No, your brother's red flags are red flagging. That man is a creep. You're not wrong. You did what you were supposed to do. Update. I'm sorry if this is not the lengthy conclusion you expected, but I'm going to be brief for the privacy and safety of the girl and any future action she decides to take regarding this. This was not a product of a prior agreement between her and my brother. The calls from her mom were the response to a call she made to her earlier that night. She was out with my brother and experienced abnormal effects under similar circumstances. My mom and I drove her to the location that she chose. My brother went home in his own vehicle with my dad. I'm not making any claims asserting the alleged reasoning or wrongdoing of any party, if any at all. Most importantly, the girl is safe and fully informed of both occurrences and this post. I can't make any claims on behalf of my brother. We're not allowed to contact each other at this time per my parents. Thank you for all the advice and understanding. Not the update that we wanted, but the confirmation that we needed. Exactly what the fuck we thought happened, happened. Am I the asshole for leaving my children's step-siblings in the care of their babysitter when my ex and his wife were in an accident? I, 32 female, have 2 children, 11 and 10 with my ex-husband, 34 male. We divorced 7 years ago and have not been able to remain on good terms. He remarried 3.5 years ago, and the bad blood between us grew worse at that point. She was never happy about my presence at school functions for the kids. She'd always make a point of sitting between me and my ex and complaining that the kids would hug me first. They're your children. She's insecure. Oh God, another one. That wasn't the worst of it. At one of these school functions, she accused me of pinching her daughter. Luckily, others saw what happened and knew that I didn't. But this woman went ballistic accusing me. Why? I stopped her 4-year-old at the time from falling over. Girl, no, you're not the asshole. You thought I was going to hurt your child when I stopped her from getting hurt. I will never be around your children alone. Absolutely not. No, you're not the asshole. After that, I made sure I sat on the other side of the room as them and swore I would have nothing to do with this woman's children. She has 2. The lucky thing for me is my kids aren't that close to them. They never asked to invite them over or include them in birthday parties that I throw for them. It makes it easier to keep my distance, so no more accusations come my way. This woman still brings up the pinching accusation and how she should have called the cops and had me thrown in jail. A few weeks ago, my ex and his wife were in a car crash. It was his custody week. We split the kids 50-50. His babysitter called me after they didn't come back home and told me she had no idea what to do and I was one of the emergency contact numbers that was given. I tried to call him and he didn't answer, but then I got a call from his mom. She told me about the accident and the fact they would be in the hospital for a while. I told my ex's mom the babysitter had called me and they might want to send someone to pick up the younger kids. After that, I went and picked up my kids. The babysitter wanted me to stay or take all 4. My kids wanted to go home and they didn't want their step-siblings there. I told the babysitter the other kids weren't mine. I gave her my ex's mom's number so she could call her. The only number my ex gave her was mine and another one that wasn't working as emergency contacts. The kids and I stopped by the hospital the next morning and my ex was pissed that I left his stepkids with the babysitter and didn't do more for them. I refused to engage with him on that in front of our kids, but his anger intensified. What? No one in his family or hers would take care of the kids. He wanted me to do it, but I said no. I told him I was nothing to his stepkids, nor would I ever be anything to them. I was not risking his accusation-happy wife to try to destroy me with her lies. The fact that neither his family or her family stepped up to take care of the kids while they were both in the hospital says a lot about them. Says a whole fucking lot about them. His mother was aware that he was in a hospital, but did not bother to go to the house to go sit there with the kids to relieve the babysitter. That says a fucking lot. Sucks to suck. My ex is still pissed at me. He's called me every name under the sun since the accident. His wife was hurt more seriously than him, and she's not even close to being fully recovered, while he mostly is. I think that's fueling this even more. But his anger towards me has led me to document all interactions that we have because he's so volatile with me. He told me that I should be ashamed for taking our issues out on his stepkids. Nobody did that. Nobody did that. I protected myself. The last time I tried to help your stepkids, your wife took that shit and ran with it. To this day, she still fucking accuses me of pinching her child. But you want me to take your 2 young kids to my house unsupervised while you guys are incapacitated. What kind of fucking sense does that make? No, you call me what the fuck you want, but you won't call me stupid because I'm not going to get caught up with that. I feel like I did the right thing because those kids are not my concern even under the circumstances. My concern is more about any accusation she could throw my way and how that could affect me being a mom to my kids. But I can also see where that might be heartless given what the circumstances were at the time. So am I the asshole? No, baby, you're absolutely not the asshole. You did everything you were supposed to do. You answered the phone when the babysitter called you. You went and picked up your kids. You let his mom know the kids were with the babysitter. You gave the babysitter another number to call to get somebody to come and relieve her. You did everything you were supposed to do. You don't have a good relationship with these people. You never have had a good relationship with this woman. She's been accusing you for at least a year of hurting her child, even though there were witnesses that can confirm the exact opposite happened. You being worried about whatever accusation she would come up with after you took care of her child without anybody else around is 100% valid. If they were going to need help eventually, she should have fucking thought about that. You're not wrong for wanting to protect yourself. I know it's going to be a whole lot of people that are going to come in the comment section, but they're just kids and the kids are innocent. And I just couldn't imagine leaving it. Be fucking for real. Be fucking for real. This child, their mother has already accused you of hurting this child. So you're going to jump at the chance to take that same child to your home with nobody else around. Be fucking for real. Be fucking for real. No, I don't give a fuck, child or not. Your mother's insane. So, baby, unfortunately, you got to stay here with the babysitter. A lady asked why I'm letting myself go. This happened like 2 hours ago, and I'm still kind of shaky, but also weirdly satisfied. I, 34 female, was at a Target in Minneapolis getting groceries. I've lost a bunch of weight recently, like 40 pounds in 3 months, and not in a good way. I have stage 3 colon cancer, and the chemo makes me look like absolute hell. No hair, eyebrows gone, I'm wearing a beanie, and I look sick because I am sick. So I'm in the produce section trying to figure out what I can eat that won't make me immediately nauseous when this woman, probably in her 50s, rolls up with her cart. She looks me up and down and goes, "Honey, are you okay? You look exhausted." I'm used to this, so I just smile and say that I'm fine, but she doesn't leave. She then goes on to say, "I don't mean to pry, but have you thought about maybe putting more effort into your appearance? I know us ladies can get comfortable, but men really do notice these things. My daughter let herself go after her second baby, and her husband almost left her. Are you fucking serious?" I would have cussed this bitch up and down the fruit aisle because you don't fucking know me. You don't fucking know me. And her poor daughter probably had postpartum depression, and this bitch is over here talking about she let herself go. Oh my gosh. I'm just standing there holding a cantaloupe completely frozen, but she keeps going. A little makeup goes a long way, and there's some really nice wigs out there now if you're having hair troubles. You're still young enough to turn things around. Something in me just snapped. I turned to her and said very flatly, "I have cancer, stage 3. The chemo makes me look like this. I'm trying to figure out if I can eat this melon without vomiting. My husband thinks I'm beautiful. Anything else?" Her face went white, like it actually lost all color. She started stammering, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't know. I just thought..." I cut her off. "You thought what? That I needed your advice? I'm just trying to buy groceries." She basically ran away, left her cart and everything. Now I'm home and a part of me feels bad because she looked genuinely horrified. Good for her. As she fucking should be. She doesn't know you from a can of fucking paint, but she chose to walk up to you without knowing you or your situation to give you beauty tips and tell you to not let yourself go. She 100% deserved to be fucking terrified. Fuck her. Maybe she'll learn to mind her goddamn business. But at the same time, fuck that noise. Don't comment on people's appearances. My husband says that she deserved it. My mom says that I was too harsh. I don't know. Your mom is wrong. Your mom is so fucking wrong. You were not harsh at all. This bitch deserved all and then some of the sass and attitude that you gave her, because minding your fucking business is free. You don't walk up to a complete fucking stranger and start talking about their appearance. You don't know what the fuck is going on in that person's life. Why? Because that is a complete fucking stranger. I don't know when the fuck people became so goddamn comfortable to just randomly, unprompted, unasked for talk about someone's fucking body, but that shit needs to stop. It needs to stop. That shit is disrespectful as fuck and it's rude as hell. I gotta be honest, y'all. This story triggered the absolute hell out of me. It did, because stuff like this happens to me on a weekly basis right here. People DM me all the time making comments about my body. And then when I DM them back and I ask them, well, are you a medical professional? The answer is always no. My sister's husband's dog's cousin's godmom's aunt had something like that and you should get it checked out. Never once do people give a fuck about what if you're pointing out fucking insecurities. You don't know what the situation is. Why? Because we're fucking strangers. This shit is absolutely not Okay, you guys need to be more mindful of the things that you say, even if you're doing it out of concern. If nobody asked you, do not say anything.